We at Microsoft are enabling every company to become AI first by empowering every employee with Copilot assistance and helping teams transform their business processes with a tapestry of agents that are working autonomously on their behalf, driving repetitive tasks, helping them make critical business decisions based on company policies, and all the while having people in the loop to maintain full oversight and control on how agents automate business processes on their behalf. Now, to enable this, companies need Power Platform. Power Platform is the most comprehensive, integrated stack of capabilities that allows you to do end-to-end innovation rapidly and responsibly. It enables organizations to build agentic, intelligent automations and applications rapidly, securely, all leveraging frontier models' powerful multimodal reasoning, planning, and computer use capabilities. The platform has cutting-edge AI tools for document processing, summarization, reasoning tools, and 1,500 plus connectors to services and line of business. And lastly, this enterprise-grade platform allows organizations to run and manage intelligent apps and automations at scale on a managed platform that is built on enterprise-grade observability, security, and governance. And specifically, Power Platform is made up of these three core products. Copilot Studio is the platform to build agents. You already saw that in action from Lily. Power Automate to build intelligent workflow automations and UI automations. And Power Apps to build intelligent applications with Dataverse enabling enterprise-grade security, scale, and reliability. Let's start by taking a look at a demo showcasing new capabilities within Power Apps. State Farm is the largest property and casualty insurance provider and the largest auto insurance provider in the United States. Now, at State Farm's catastrophe adjusters are the heroes of the company. They are deployed adjusters who are sent all over the country to respond to major events and deliver on the promise of the policy and mission. That is, to help people recover from the unexpected at the most critical times. This is where Power Apps and Dataverse come into play. Now, great solutions start with the understanding of the problem and requirements. We're excited to bring the planning capabilities of Power Apps Studio, helping developers stay connected to business needs while working with Copilot for iterative discussions. Now, makers can just describe the business problem, add context like diagrams or screenshots, and Copilot will help draft user roles and requirements. Now, once aligned, Power Apps will propose a data model that can be refined visually. The plan designer will also recommend suitable apps and automations to build the solution. Now, let's see this in action.
Let's see how, thanks to Power Apps and Dataverse, State Farm can build an app to streamline the journey of the adjusters, to simplify logistics, and to enhance efficiency, so the adjusters can focus on what matters most, supporting customers. We want to build a solution for the adjusters team using Plan Designer. We start by describing, using natural language, what we need our solution to do. Let's type. Create a solution to help the insurance dispatchers to efficiently manage their teams of catastrophe adjusters. We also attach a diagram on the dispatch process. In just seconds, the requirement agent analyzes the business problem and identifies two user roles with role description and user stories. The two roles look good. Now we want to keep refining the plan by adding a new user story for the dispatcher role. For this new user story, we want to notify adjusters if they need certain area of trainings and specializations. Awesome! The user roles are perfect now, so we can move forward and start generating the data model. Here, the data agent is generating several tables that we will need for our scenario. And here, in the data workspace view, we will see all the proposed tables that we'll need for our solution, as well as the relationships between the tables. If we want to know more about the deployment table, we can see the preset columns for this table, as well as several rows of sample data. This data model looks great, but the best thing is that we can also bring in any existing tables from my environment. In fact, I can add to the workspace one of the existing tables. In this case, I want the claims table, and I can quickly create the relationship that I need to complete the existing data model. Now, with the user roles, user stories, and data model established, the solution agent is now stepping in to generate the proposed solution architecture to solve our business problem. The solution agent generates several Power Automate flows, a model-driven app, and a Canvas app. I am particularly interested in this deployment history app, and by simply hovering over the information icon here, I can see a brief description of the app, which user role the app is generated for, and which data tables it contains. It looks great, so I want to go ahead, save my work in a solution, and then go ahead and create the app. So now we fast-forwarded a little bit. Several apps have been created, so let's look at this app that State Farm uses to track employee training and compliance progress and to assign specific training modules to them. Let's see how we can make significant improvements thanks to the agents inside Power Apps. This first request from a manager is asking for a complex report, which used to be tedious to generate. I can easily filter the thousands of records to just a few hundreds in Washington. And I can easily incrementally refine using the same words that I could use with a colleague. So now let's work on this other request, which is an update on the compliance status of a particular employee. These updates often arrive via email like this. And going through all this text to update the employee's form is very tedious. This is a fairly complex email, and trying to capture all the details into a form going back and forth between windows will take me at least 10 minutes, if not more. Instead, I will just select all and copy this email. Now, back in the Power App, powered by the data entry agent, I can paste this text directly from my clipboard. The agent analyzes the content and maps it to all the correct fields, making it significantly faster to submit accurate information to my system of record. I can even identify exactly where the suggestion is coming from to validate the inputs one by one, or just ascend them all. Let's now look at State Farm operations team who make sure makers follow best practices with changes requiring approval and Copilot assists in the process. They also know that all changes are tracked and versioned in source control, with the ability to review and roll back if needed. They can view automated tests to ensure quality bars are met or exceeded before approving production deployments. Admins can subscribe to alerts for critical solutions in production and can communicate with the development team until resolved. For example, if performance or other runtime issues are detected, they can prevent downtime. For makers, they can track the status of their deployments, view and take actions on comments from approvers, or debug failed deployments. Similarly, makers can monitor their team's solution in production and quickly fix any issue impacting end users, taking accountability for the work.
So as you just saw, we are excited to be bringing the latest capabilities for planning to Power Apps Studio. And we're not stopping there. We are thrilled to showcase the investment being done in Power Automate for our customers to build intelligent workflows and automations. In fact, already nearly 30% of Power Automate creators are using Copilot today to create solutions. And with this release wave, we are taking this to the whole next level. Let's see that through the lens of our customer, State Farm.
Managing adjuster calendars during catastrophe deployments has historically been a cumbersome process. Time of requests require a back-and-forth email exchange with the on-site manager, who must search through the document to ensure adequate coverage. Power Automate offers a smarter, more efficient solution. By automating the calendar management process, Power Automate eliminates the need for manual data entry and email-based approvals. Here is the flow developed for time of approval. when an adjuster submits a request via Power Apps, it notifies the on-site manager for approval, checks the database for coverage, and updates the adjuster's Outlook calendar if approved. State Farm previously did not log these requests and approvals, so let's use Copilot to add these actions. The Flow Designer allows makers to build actions using natural language through Copilot directly within the flow. Now, every time a time of request is submitted, the requester is notified, and the request and decision are accurately logged. When an adjuster is added to an event, the flow runs and adds the adjuster to a rolling table in Dataverse. The flow also has a desktop flow that integrates with legacy systems that do not have APIs. Because State Farm uses several legacy systems, they have many desktop flows, and sometimes it gets hard to organize and manage them. In Power Automate Desktop, they can now tag their desktop flows to better track and manage them. Under a flow in the flow list, they select Manage Tags. And in the right pane, they can add tags. They can pick from existing tags or add new ones. They decide to go with the one existing tag, and then add another relevant tag. Now, makers can easily filter their desktop flows using the tags they set. Also, State Farm has multiple flows that interact with each other, making management complex. With the process map capability in the Automation Center, they can easily see an entire process and the flows, both desktop and cloud, that are in the process. Selecting the process map option for a parent flow shows the relationship between desktop and cloud automations. In the process map view, users can observe how the end-to-end process and its flow relates. They can also see the dependencies, runs, and the success or failure of each flow in every run. The adoption of Power Automate goes beyond just managing adjusters' calendars. Another case is when a major weather catastrophe hits. There's a massive spike in insurance claims, and Power Automate can help improve efficiency and accuracy. When a new claim document is received via email, the document processing flow gets triggered and automatically extracts the relevant information from the claim document. Let's check the trigger flow first, and now let's look at the prompt behind this process. The prompt uses GPT-4o, leveraging the multimodality to use the document as an input. Following the instruction set in the prompt builder, it provides the response in JSON format. The output is then used to export the formatted data to the desired Dataverse table, in this case, the claims table. And here we are. The information from the newly added document has been added to the table.
The demos that you just saw are just a fragment of what can be achieved with the next wave of innovation of Power Platform. Today, we showed you a few of those highlights from the release wave. As Charles mentioned, you can visit the Release Planner tool to learn more. I'm so looking forward to seeing how you are going to transform your business processes and organizations with these AI capabilities in Dynamics and Power Platform.